You're a feisty little one. Fit him with a restraining bolt.
Hello there.
You're a feisty little one. Fit him with a restraining bolt.
Tongue.
Give me just a second, guys. Oh, hold on. Camera's being a bit weird. 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to do some crazy things. Hold on. Things got a little crazy. I apologize, my friends. Hello, Wraith and Daz. Welcome in, and thank you so much for subscribing again. Please excuse me while I fix my camera. Gotta change something real quick. Okay. Yes, my camera's being a bit weird. I do apologize, my friends. I don't know why it's doing that. We'll be right back with the camera. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Alright, I think we're fixed now. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that lurk. I totally feel you on the chores. I was doing that earlier today. And obviously, I am still fixing things. I took a 2-week break for, well, I guess mental health. Not streaming. I love streaming. It's actually a hobby of mine, but there's been a lot going on with work. Work just got really busy again, and had a lot of kind of big things coming up. So I really wanted to take some time and refocus and make sure that I was taking care of things that needed to be taken care of, and also dealing with all of the tech issues that were going on with stream, which they mostly seem to have been resolved at this point. I just apparently needed to fix my camera. But that has been taken care of, as you can see. And I am back to streaming for the first time in 2 weeks. And honestly, I'm really glad that I picked a Sunday to come back, because Sunday streams are super chill. And that's really honestly the whole point of the Sunday streams, is a really low-key way to ease back into the week. And I hope it is the same for you guys. It's definitely that way for me. I'm very glad that I actually picked today to do that. So this evening, what we're going to do is, if I can get my browser going over here, goodness, is goodness, what is going on? Oh, hold on, technical issues. What we're planning to do this evening is to work on editing some chapters. Pretty low-key stuff. I figured that was a really good way to ease back into streaming after not doing so for 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna take a second here. And here we go. Aha, there we go. Yep. Alright. Had to key the right source. There we go. So I'm gonna do some editing on some chapters this evening. I have written all the way up through chapter 26 of Steps into the Past, which is what we're working on tonight. We're gonna edit chapter 23 to 26 if we can get that far. And like I said, I have written all the way up through the end of chapter 26, and I think that we're 3 to 4 chapters from the end of the story. Originally, Steps into the Past, as originally written, had 23 chapters. So we are a decent amount past the original end of the story. I have added a fair bit before the events on Tanagus, closer to the end of the story, just to kind of fill in the very important information and kind of expand, what's really going on in the story at that point, because I felt that it was really important to give that the focus that it was due, because it's a pretty pivotal point in, well, Mara's entire arc, if we're being honest. So, really wanted to give that the focus that it deserved, and I really hope that you guys enjoy the story once we start reading it. Hopefully I will get the editing done. Well, hopefully I will finish writing Steps into the Past within the next couple of weeks. I think that we might actually be able to start reading it on Wednesday, because the story that I was going to read on Wednesday is, honestly, it's very short. It's really more of a one-shot than an actual, chapter story. It's really the bridge and the anchor point for Marin's entire arc, if we're being honest. It's called The Flame She Carries, and it really kind of ties together her whole history and how she carries herself forward, after her father is killed, and how that changes her. So I really think that story is really important, and maybe I'll just give Wednesday over to that, and we can just talk a little bit about its impact instead of stepping directly into Steps into the Past. Maybe that would be the better call. I haven't honestly decided. I think that might be the better call. I'm really glad to see everybody here this evening. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. I know that it's been pretty quiet over here for me because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. So I'm very grateful to see Daz and Wraith and anybody else who is here, whether you're lurking or hanging out. I'm grateful for you guys being here. I appreciate each of you. And let's get started with our editing this evening. We're going to start with chapter 23. Let me just move this over. Goodness. Let me just move this over here. I really need to set up a I need to set up a window mover thing. Alright, there we go. I am still learning all of the fancy things with Stream Deck and OBS, and I'm still learning some of the more fancy things with how Stream Deck works. So I have heard that there are some pretty awesome plugins for Stream Deck, and I'm using quite a few of them, actually. So, alrighty. Let me get myself some water. And thank you so much, Daz and Wraith, both of you, for resubscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. It is by no means required. Greatly appreciated when you do. I know that there's probably a lot of streamers that you want to subscribe to, but you can't subscribe to them all. Really. So I'm very grateful that you have chosen me to subscribe to. And especially because with those Prime subscriptions, you only get one of those. So I am very grateful that both of you have chosen to use your Prime subscription for me. Thank you. For those of you who have been here while we've been doing our last several streams for editing, we have been working our way through the rewrite of Steps into the Past, which is the next major story in Marin's arc. I say major because The flame she carries is really, honestly, it's kind of a coda. It's kind of the spine of her entire arc, so it's not really a full-fledged story like the others are. So Steps into the Past is the next major step forward in her arc. So we've been kind of working through editing and doing some writing on Steps into the Past. A lot of it, I've been doing a lot of writing off stream actually, which I apologize for, but I really wanted to get some forward progress on the chapters, and sometimes it's actually easier for me to focus when I'm not trying to stream and write at the same time. But hopefully, when I get into editing for next story, I can actually do more of the writing for that on stream. So, I'm gonna get started here. So this is chapter 23, called Through the Veil's Hold. Yes, I actually have chapter titles this time around. I did not in the first few stories, at least when I originally read them. Now, with a lot of the rewrites, I've actually gone back through and added chapter titles and a lot of scene titles, actually, which I think really kind of add character. I think they add more character and depth to the story. At least I like to think so. But as always, welcome in, my friends, and please feel free to ask questions about me as a writer, my process, the stories themselves, the characters, or any kind of obscure lore thing that you can think of. I am happy to go on rabbit trails about lore, because that's one of my things. I am a unapologetic lore gremlin when it comes to these stories. I have honestly been rebuilding the lore around Marin and her stories basically from scratch. Yes, thank you, Wraith. That link is for Archive of Our Own, and that is where I've been posting all of my stories. They are up to date. Well, sort of up to date. I'm bouncing around a little bit when I'm doing the updates. So they are up to date through, let me think a second. I know that her first two stories are up to date, and I'm doing some yeah, it's okay. I forget my own commands all the time. So thank you for that. But if anybody's curious, please go check them out. And I am working on updating them as I can, in amongst work and, you know, adulting and all of that fun stuff. I've pretty much shifted my focus to finishing Steps into the Past because that's our next story. I was previously editing Age of Darkness and doing a bunch of updates to kind of bring it more in line with the established lore and world building that we've done. That's been a lot of work, actually. So I'm about, I want to say, like halfway done with the edits on Age of Darkness. For those of you who've been here a while, you may remember that we actually read through that. It's changed quite a bit from the original version that I read on stream. So keep that in mind. I have not updated that particular story on Archive of Our Own yet, because like I said, I'm still in the process of editing and updating it. And it's kind of a long haul thing, and I've been working on it when I can. But I have paused for the moment to work on Steps into the Past. And also I paused because there is a secondary story that kind of branches off from Age of Darkness called, let me think a second, The Ember That Remains, which is not actually written yet. That one deals with Marin's recovery after the events of Bestine, which is expanded on quite a bit in the updated version of Age of Darkness. It's touched on in the current version, but not in the way that I really wanted it to be. I wanted to expand it and kind of give a lot more context as to why all of that was happening. So I think that the rework that I've been doing for Age of Darkness really brings that detail and that context forward. So I think that it's really important that I'm being able to sit down and so yes, please. All of that to say, please go and check out the stories on Archive of Our Own if you have missed any of the recent streams and would like to catch up on the stories. The last story that we finished reading was Warrior's Heart, which is actually up to date on Archive of Our Own. So if you guys would like to read that and catch up, you can do that by clicking the link in the chat. Thanks to Wraith. And we're gonna start working on some editing here. And as always, if you guys... More dishes. Oh no! Oh no! That's like me finding, like, more socks after I've started the last load of laundry. I totally feel that pain. Been there. I was actually doing laundry this morning. Because I was getting ready to pack for a camping trip this weekend, actually. I'm going camping this weekend, so I was cleaning all the things and gathering all my gear. So yes, I was washing all the laundry so I could pack everything. I do have specific things that I take with me when I'm camping, which I'm sure a lot of you do. I have specific clothing that I take and gear and all that stuff. So I was making sure that it was all in good order. So I'm very grateful to be back to streaming. Honestly, I missed this and I missed you guys. Like, I know that we hang out and chat on Discord frequently, which anybody is welcome to join the Discord if you're here in chat. But like I said, there's been a lot going on. I was having some pretty massive technical issues as it relates to stream. And so I really wanted to take some time to deal with those and get them all sorted out. I still have a couple of things to handle this week, if I can get to them. But it's not really going to impact stream all that much tonight, or it shouldn't. Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how many times that has happened, especially recently, Wraith, because I have been cleaning and purging and all the things, and I have found things that I honestly didn't know where they were for like 6 months. Thank you for the posture check, Ogle. Thank you so much. Wraith, can we get a shout out for Ogle, please? That would be amazing. Thank you. How are you this evening, Ogle? I hope you're well. I'm getting settled after not streaming for 2 weeks. It is a very strange feeling. Oh my goodness. Yes, you can feel free to fight with Frosty Tools. I would find that very amusing. That would be quite funny. I would pay money to see that. It's so much fun. Not the master of distraction? No. Oh dear. Wow, Frosty Tools. Yeah. Fighting with Frosty Tools is actually kind of amusing. You don't really have to be. Oh my word. Oh wow. Oh, that was harsh. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was fabulous. Oh, that's because you allow me to cause havoc in your stream. Oh man. That's great. Oh. Thank you, Ogle. Yes, thank you. I am totally slouching. Thank you for noticing. I'm also probably not helping my back right now. Ooh, that's better, thank you. I was moving. Oh, sorry. As I was telling chat a little while ago, I am getting ready to go camping this weekend, so I was doing a lot of things, which included moving a bin of gear from the front closet, which was, of course, under everything else. So I strained my back. So thank you for the stretch and the posture check. It is much appreciated. I'm actually putting heat on my back right now. You can't see that, but I have a heating thingy rice pack. So I appreciate you very much. I am trying to take care of myself. And Greer would approve. Yes, he does. You are all welcome here. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm going to attempt to get some editing done, but I'm here to hang out with all of you. Because at the end of the day, that's why we're here. Oh, yes. Yes, I remember. I remember. That is all my fault. Oh, thanks, Frosty Tools. Oh, dear. Wow. Frosty Tools is throwing down the gauntlet today. For real. Yes, you can blame that all on me. It is completely and totally my fault. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one to me. What's with the hashtags? Oh boy. I think I missed something. feel like I missed something. Isn't it always Pamper's fault, though? I mean, of course, having said that, she and I are both instigating things over there, so I guess I should take equal blame, maybe. Okay. Oh, okay, that's fair. Hmm. I'm just gonna read through this. Yes. Well, yay! Or you could hang out with us. That's okay too. I mean, there is that. I have to work in the morning, so I can't. Yay! Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Just oh, jeez. You know, I'm not actually sure. I would have to check that. That's a great question. Yay, I'm on the big monitor. But I believe Opal is correct that it pays the same amount. a subscription is a subscription at this point. I think it would pay more depending on if you went to like tier 2 or 3. So Prime is essentially a tier 1. That's basically how it kind of breaks down. So I believe Ogle was correct. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you for the hydrate. Do you two need a room? Thank you for the hydrate, Race. I appreciate you. Wow. I suppose I opened the door for that one. Oh boy. I have missed you guys. Honestly, I have missed the antics in chat, and I'm glad you're here because this has honestly made my night. I was really missing streaming and hanging out with you guys. And so I'm really glad that you're all here. Thank you. Even if we're being goofy, it's all good. I mean, I thought you were here for my deep lore. Hashtag lore gremlin. Right here. Wraith knows a lot of this, but I have essentially created like a whole little pocket universe, as it were, inside Star Wars lore. I've created I'm working on a language and an alphabet, and there's a lot of military things going on, which may seem somewhat familiar to some of you if you're currently in the military or formerly so. If you're a veteran, you might recognize some of it. And it really feels like it fits in really well with the little pocket universe I built. Yeah, I noticed that he's been playing Fortnite a lot. Is that his current thing lately? I haven't really been able to be in his streams. Unfortunately, he streams kind of in the middle of the morning, so I haven't been able to be in his streams a lot lately. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen his go lives. I just didn't see what he was streaming at the time, so. Ooh, are you going for fiber? Yeah, Oh, I love having fiber internet. It is absolutely fabulous, especially because of where I live. We kind of live in the boonies, so it's been really nice to have that fiber internet. Um, because the internet we had previously was, frankly, kind of terrible. I don't know how I was streaming with that. That's exciting, Daz. I hope it works out well for you. It's definitely helped my streaming be a lot more stable, and also my gaming, actually. I haven't had anywhere near as much lag since I got fiber, so it's been really nice. So I hope that it works out for you. Oh, yeah, we had, what was it, like Atlantic Broadband or something out here? It was the only thing we could get at the time. So, used to be Breeze Line or whatever before it became Atlantic Broadband. So, I feel that pain. Oh no! Also, I apologize if I was talking through an ad earlier. I completely missed that we were in an ad. I do wow, words. I do try to pay attention to those, so I will try to keep better tabs on that. My apologies. Okay. Yeah, ew. We didn't even have Xfinity out here. All we had was Atlantic Broadband, previously known as Breeze Line. Yeah. So, but definitely, if you can afford to get fiber and it's available in your area, I would highly recommend it, especially if you stream or game a lot. It's definitely worth it. I have found that the internet is a lot more stable and reliable since we got that. Um, so I am very pleased. Much, he says. Your Steam logs beg to differ. Just saying. And I should know. Oh, man. As you might notice, as we're kind of working through this, I have developed a form of non-verbal communication. It's called Veil Code. Probably very similar to the hand signs that Marines use in, in combat situations. So it I think that it fits really well. It's a way for them to communicate without having to speak, which is important, especially here. If anybody's curious about that, I can definitely link you to the document. There we go. I'm really trying not to slouch, I promise. Oh, man. I can type, I promise. That's what spell check is for. Thank you. You know me too well. I never drink enough. See, you can get away with hydrating me on my stream, but anytime I try to hydrate you over there, you yell at me. Ooh, wedding stuff. That sounds fun. Definitely let me know how that goes. Sounds awesome. Fun in quotes. Ooh, yeah, that's what that actually sounds like a fair amount of work. Oh, that's right, because you do bartending. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds really complex now that I think about it. But it still sounds very interesting and fun. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Wraith, for sharing that. I appreciate that. Of course. I know. And you're doing really well. Oh no! I'm sorry, Daz. I really hope that getting the fiber installed helps fix that. Too many things over here. Also, if you guys think that I need a snack, I have several options here. I do actually have snacks this time. Also, for those of you who know, and even those who don't, I am working on a cosplay for Marin's armor, which is going to be a long-term project of mine. And the first item that I have for that cosplay is these tags. I don't know if they'll actually show up on the camera. They are oval and blue, and I plan to engrave them once I get the alphabet figured out. Maybe a while. But for now, we have a physical item. So, once I get the alphabet figured out, they will be engraved. Possibly by hand. So, for now, we have a physical item. Maybe once I get the alphabet figured out, maybe I'll take a writing workshop and do some prop stuff. That would be fun, actually. Alright. We have an ad starting in just under 5 minutes, my friend. As always, my ads are a minute and a half every half hour. It's a great time to get up, take a stretch break, grab a snack, grab a drink of water, take a bio break if you need that, anything of that nature. Hug your kids, your partner. So, great time to do any of those things. So please take advantage of that time when it comes up. Oh, Parker. Alright, I'm just gonna start. I will be right back, my friends. Welcome back, my friends. Thanks for hanging out through that ad. I appreciate it. Like, currently reading through to make sure it reads correctly. A lot of times when I'm writing, I'm sure this is the case for anybody else who does creative writing, it can kind of get away from you sometimes when you're writing, so I'm making sure that the grammar is correct. Mm. Oh, goodness. I guess I needed that. That was a free posture check. But I guess I needed it because things sorted themselves out a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Oh, dear. I'm getting kind of absorbed in what I'm doing. I apologize. I am doing my best to pay attention to chat, though. Alright. Making some slow progress. No, you're fine. Oh, that's lovely. I can just imagine how that's going right now. Hello, Lord. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you this evening? I hope you're well tonight. Sorry, guys. I am kind of, well, I'm focusing, but I'm also running on about 4 hours of sleep. So if I go quiet, I do apologize. We have an ad starting in just under 5 minutes. Our ad is going to start in 2.5 minutes. I'm so sorry, my friends. I am doing my best to keep focused on what I'm working on. No, it's not that. Because I only slept 4 hours last night. And it... really wish we could get that figured out. Like, I was doing really well. And doing all the right things. And taking in the meds. And, doing all the stuff. And I was in bed before 11 last night. And then I just couldn't sleep. I think I finally passed out around 5 o'clock this morning. I do not recommend that. Oh, man, do not recommend. I highly recommend getting as much sleep as you can. It is good for your health and your mental clarity. But I do my best to get what sleep I can. Some nights I sleep better than others. So, really hoping that I can get a decent amount of rest this evening. Mm. Alrighty, we're back, my friends. Thanks for hanging out through that ad. Also, yes, apparently spaghetti is now a weapon of mass deliciousness. Thanks, Frosty Tools. That's a new one. And I can't type, as we all know. Okay. I'm actually going to call it at 9 o'clock so that I have some time to go get ready for work in the morning and hopefully get to bed at a decent hour. Because, like I said earlier, I only slept about 4 hours this morning. So I want to actually get some semi-decent sleep as much as I can. So I will be ending stream here in about 15 minutes. Alrighty. I made at least some progress this evening. Not as much as I had hoped to, but we're making some slow and steady progress. I'll take that. I think we're about to be in an ad. I think. Maybe I missed the timing on that one. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking there was an ad. Probably because tired mesh and not keeping track of things. But it's pretty much right on the half-hour mark, so. Yeah. Yep, like I said, tired mesh. But I'm grateful for each of you that has decided to hang out with me this evening. And I hope that you enjoyed the stream. And I hope it's an awesome and chill start to your week. I know it's going to be a busy one for me because I've got work all the way through till Thursday. And then I have Friday off and I'm going camping, which I hope will be a lot of fun. It usually is. So I'm really looking forward to that and getting out in nature and away from all of the technology for a few days. I'll of course still have my phone, so if anybody desperately needs to talk to me on Discord or something, I should be available. But I intend to enjoy the weekend. I'm going to look for a raid target, see if we have anybody that we can go say hi to. Alright, my friends, I'm gonna finish editing out this chapter real quick. And then we're gonna call the stream, I think. Alrighty. Give me just 1 second while I fix something. Alright, my friends, we are going to go say hi to a fellow member of the Survivor Squad. Her name is Hannah. She is a cozy streamer who likes to play Pelia and other cozy games. And currently, this evening, she is actually reading a story about hobbits. So we're gonna go say hi. If you're subscribed to the channel, please feel free to grab that first raid message, as it has subscriber-only emotes. And if you are a follower of the channel or otherwise a friend of the channel and our community, please feel free to grab the second message. And let's go say hi here in a couple of minutes. Once again, thank you so very much for being here this evening. And I do hope that you have an amazing end to your Sunday and a nice, quiet evening as you start your week. Thank you so much. Right, my friends. I'm gonna give it another minute or two. Alrighty. Let's get going on this raid here. Alright, my friends. Let's go say hi to Hannah Bananaram over on Twitch. And I will see you guys all on Wednesday to read The Flame She Carries. We may actually start our journey into Steps of the Past as well. It depends on how we're feeling and if I am up to reading more that evening. So I hope to see you all on Wednesday as we jump back into reading again. And next Wednesday, we will be back into SWTOR with our usual shenanigans. We may be leveling, we may be doing flashpoints. I have decided that I will not be doing operations content, as I find that a bit straining on my computer, and honestly, not as enjoyable to stream as I'm fighting lag. So we will be steering away from that content for the moment and doing things that are a little bit more enjoyable and less stressful. So let's go say hi to Hannah and keep her company for the rest of the evening. Thank you again so much for being here and have an amazing evening. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.